Assalamu alaikum, I am Striver. Today we are gonna talk about the misconceptions of the Shia. Now the reason I wanted to talk about this is because every day I keep seeing lots and lots of people who don't seem to actually know what the Shia are, yet they have a lot of opinions about them. Now this video is not going to be about converting anybody. It's not going to be about trying to convince anybody to try to become a Shia. I don't care whether you're a Shia or Sunni, but what I do care about is unity. I believe that the Sunnis and the Shias should be united. They might have differences of opinion, but they should never fall apart. You see, unity is like this tree. See? The middle tree will never fall off, because you're all holding on. We need to hold on. We have bigger enemies than each other. The reason I'm making this video is because I don't want anybody to think badly of the Shia. This is a school of thought that I've chosen for myself. This is a school of thought that I've researched, that I've studied, and I would die for. I would give my life for this. So I don't like it when people insult it. If you have any questions, then ask, and inshallah your questions will be answered. So, without further ado, let's move on to the misconceptions. Misconception number 1. The Quran that the Shia have is a different Quran to the rest of the Muslims. Wrong. Do you really believe that this most magnificent book, which has been protected by Allah, can ever be modified by the hands of man? Think about it. Do you really think that? Do you think that the Quran can be changed by anybody? Of course it can't. That is one of the biggest miracles of Islam, that for 1,400 years the Quran has never been changed. The Quran is the Quran. Misconception number 2. Now there are a lot of people who believe that the Shia believe that Imam Ali is God. Na'udhu billah! Why would we believe that? We believe that there is only one God. Come on! Imam Ali is only a creation of God. One of the best creations, no doubt about it, but he is still only a creation. Anybody who puts anything above the Creator is wrong, and this is what the Shia believe. There is no human being ever be greater than the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nobody. There is no human being on earth who can match up to the caliber of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Misconception number 3. Some people say that the Shia believe that Jibreel alayhi salam, the angel Gabriel, basically made a mistake, and that instead of giving the prophethood to Imam Ali, he gave it to the Prophet instead. Na'udhu billah, na'udhu billah, na'udhu billah. I mean, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That how can, first of all, an angel, it's an angel. Angels don't generally make mistakes. Misconception number 4. The Shia apparently combine all 5 daily prayers and pray as one big prayer at the end of the day. That's dumb. I'm telling you, that is dumb. Some Shia might do that. I don't speak for them, but I do know that the Shia school of thought, the actual doctrine, does not say to do anything like that. No, there are 5 daily prayers. Zohar, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, Fajr. These are the 5 daily prayers. Nobody changes them. What the Shia do, however, is they combine Maghrib and Isha, and they combine Zohar and Asr. And the reason why we do this is because we believe that the Holy Prophet used to do this. Misconception number 5. Some people believe that the Shia worship the dead. We do not worship the dead. Can I just ask you one question? Why would you think that your brother in faith, your Muslim brother, would worship the dead? The reason that misconception probably came about is because a lot of non-Shias see Shias praying in front of graves. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as there's no images in front of you, there's nothing wrong with praying in front of a grave. If the Qibla is on the other side of the grave, you're gonna have to pray there. Misconception number 6. Another misconception is that the Shia beat themselves, and they cut themselves, and they chain themselves. I'm sure a lot of people do, but it's not a part of the Shia school of thought. Misconception number 7. The Shia hate all of the Holy Prophet's companions. That's just wrong. Why would we think that? There are historical debates concerning a lot of the companions, that's all. That's all. Misconception number 8. The Shia believe that Allah lies. Misconception number 9. The Shia worship rocks. The Shia do not worship rocks, nor do we worship stones. We worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one, the only. Allah. We worship only God. Please don't insult us. Why would I worship? Why would I worship a rock? Why? Misconception number 10. The Shia slander and ridicule the first 3 Caliphs, Abu Bakr, Umar and Uthman, and Prophet Muhammad ﷺ's wife, Bibi Aisha. Now I have to say honestly that the opinions among the Shia are very diverse, and the opinions that you are more likely to hear are the negative ones, the ones which do slander, the ones which do curse. But I cannot speak for everybody. Who I can speak for is myself, and I can tell you what the leaders think. And the great thing about the Shia school of thought is that we have great leaders. A very famous scholar and cleric, Shia, of the 20th century, Imam al-Khomeini, passed a fatwa against a book called The Satanic Verses. I'm sure you've all heard of it. This book was very slanderous against who? Bibi Aisha. Because of this fatwa that Imam Khomeini passed, the whole Western world turned against Iran. The whole Western world turned its attention towards Islam, and the Muslims for once were united against the slander of Bibi Aisha. Sayyid Khamenei, Ayatollah, the Grand Supreme Leader of Iran, he passed a fatwa against cursing the companions of the Holy Prophet. He passed a fatwa against the cursing of Bibi Aisha and the wives of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Bibi Aisha is respected by Shias as the mother of the believers, as Ali respected her when he sent her back from Basra to Medina after the Battle of the Camel. But as I said, I'm only giving my humble opinion. I'm not a scholar and I'm not a priest, and I don't have any amount of great knowledge. I'm just an ordinary person, and I'm just saying what I think. Now when it comes to the first 3 Khalifas, it's very simple. I am never gonna give my allegiance to those men. I don't accept them as spiritual leaders. They may have been companions and they may have been administrators, but no way. There is nobody who was greater than Imam Ali to rule, and that is my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm going to curse anybody. It's my opinion, backed up by historical references. Can you make someone give their allegiance to anyone? If you believe that they were the rightful Khalifas and that they should have been followed, then you show me references and you show me everything. You show me why. On the Day of Judgment, we are going to be raised with our leaders, and I feel completely secure and safe and happy in the acknowledgement of the fact that I have given my allegiance wholeheartedly to Imam Ali alayhi salam. There are, and there always will be, Shia who curse religious authorities of another religious sect or another religious group. It doesn't matter. If you look at the heart, the core of Islam, you will see that it is about respect. You don't insult somebody else's religion. There is always historical debate. There will always be historical debate. But Rasulullah taught me to argue in the best of manners. In my humble opinion, those Shias who curse the Sahaba and the wives of the Holy Prophet ﷺ are they're not doing themselves any favors. They're not doing a great job at preserving Islam. They're not doing a great job at doing the best thing that we can be doing at the moment, which is sticking together. Now, to those Muslims who are always going to be fighting amongst themselves and picking on little things to have a go at each other, I have just one thing to say to you. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you. You're not worth it. We have bigger things to be dealing with. We have to fight for Palestine. We have to bring down the 1%. We have to unite humanity. We have to prepare for the return of the Mahdi and of Isa alayhi salam. Why are you still fighting? Wake up. Realize that the world is moving swiftly on, and you're still bickering like children. No two people on earth will ever have the same opinion as each other. No, not even in the same house will two people ever think in the exact same way. You will always have differences. You will always think differently. And that is the beauty of this test that they call life. That everywhere you go, everywhere you walk, there will be different people. There will be people who you can talk to about one thing. There will be people who you cannot talk to about another thing. Because there will always be people with open minds, and there will always be people with closed minds. And now what I ask is that all those people who have open minds should come together in a forum and just discuss, just talk. And if we have a difference of opinion, then so what? We'll study our books, you study yours, you study our books, we'll study yours. We'll get somewhere someday, inshallah. But these kind of misconceptions, they're poisonous, because they ensnare hatred between two people who shouldn't hate each other. Thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.